Welcome to my channel, 365 Blend Bytes. Today I'm excited to present a dynamic PowerPoint animation tutorial. Let's take a sneak peek at the final presentation to see the amazing effects in action. Watch closely as we bring the design to life with smooth transitions and stylish animations for each shape, making it visually captivating and interactive. We'll enhance the slide's sleek and modern feel by adding a frosted glass effect. This subtle touch will give your presentation a polished and professional look that's elegant and visually soothing. Switching from current to a warm blue theme with single click will give the entire slide a cohesive, vibrant impact, creating an elegant presentation without needing to manually adjust every element. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with more amazing tutorials. Let's get started. Open the PowerPoint application. On the slide, select both shapes and delete them to create a blank canvas. Adjust the slide layout by minimizing the slide pane on the left to maximize the main slide display area. Once done, navigate to the Design tab. In the Themes section, click on the drop-down and select the Droplet theme. Keep the first default variant and go to the Variants drop-down, select Colors, and choose the red color combination variant. Again, click on the drop-down under Variants, go to Effects, and apply the glossy effect. Now that we have a suitable theme, we will customize the background further. Navigate to the Format Background option and select Solid Fill to get desired background. Next, navigate to the Insert tab, select Shapes, and choose the rectangle, single corner snipped shape. Draw the shape on the slide and align it precisely using the red dotted guidelines. Adjust its yellow handle to shorten the snipped corner slightly, giving it a refined look. Ensure the shape fits well within the slide area. From Insert Shapes group, add another identical rectangle shape and position this smaller rectangle at the right edge of the first shape. Under Shape Format tab, in the Size option, set its height and width to 0.6. Now, select both rectangle shapes, right-click, and choose Group. Then select Group again to group them together. With the grouped shape selected, go to the Quick Styles gallery and apply the Intense Effect, Dark Red Accent. To enhance the design, navigate to Shape Effects and choose Preset 5. Or to further customize, right-click on the shape, select Format Shape. And in the Format Shape pane on the right, go to Shape Options and click on Effects. Select Shadow. Choose Outer Offset Right. Set the transparency to 50%. Blur to 15 points. And distance to 9 points. This gives the shapes a polished, visible shadow effect. Now, go to the Insert tab, click on Word Art, and choose Gradient Fill Color with Reflection. Type 01 as your text. Drag the word art upwards to position it on the shape. Go to the Text Fill option and change the text color to dark red, lighter 40%. Under the Home tab, in the Fonts group, change the font style to Dagger Square. And set the font size to 54. To save time, I'll paste the pre-written text directly from notes into the slide. Go to the Insert tab, select Text Box, and draw a text box on the slide and paste the copied text. As this slide highlights vital organs, let's begin with the brain. Highlight the title, the brain, and in the font section, change the font style to Brush Script MT and set the text size to 18. Go to Text Fill and select the color dark red, lighter 60%. Select the remaining portion of the title and change the font style to Dagger Square. Align the text to the center. Next, highlight both the title portion and the descriptive text and update the text color to dark red, 60% lighter. Open the Format Shape pane on the right, click on Text Options, then go to Text Effects. Under Shadow, choose Outer Offset Right. Adjust the blur to 15 points and the distance to 8 points. Finally, adjust the text box positioning for alignment. In the Home tab, under the Paragraph group, click on Bullets and Numbering, open the drop-down, and choose Star Bullets for the title. For the two descriptive points below, select the tick mark bullet style. Use the Tab key to indent these points slightly, creating a visually distinct hierarchy between the title and the descriptions. Now, highlight all the shapes by pressing Ctrl+A. Then right-click and choose Group, and click Group again to group them together. This ensures that when you move the first shape, all the text boxes and other elements around it will move as well. Next, duplicate the first shape by pressing Ctrl+C and Ctrl+D. Ensure the newly copied shape is perfectly aligned on top of the first shape. From the Shape Styles options, select the Color Intense effect, Brown, Accent 6. Reduce the newly added second shape horizontally by grabbing it from the right side to ensure both shapes have equal proportions. Next, select both text boxes of the second shape. Go to the Format Shape options and choose No Fill. Change the number from 01 to 02. Adjust the size of the text box slightly. Replace the text to reflect the second shape title, which is Heart. Maintain the same color as in the first slide and replace the two descriptive points similarly. Next, adjust the bottom right corner of the second smaller rectangle to align perfectly with the top left corner of the first smaller rectangle. Duplicate this shape again. Align it on top of the second shape. Reduce the newly added third shape horizontally by grabbing it from the right side to ensure all shapes have equal proportions. Next, adjust the bottom right corner of the third smaller rectangle to align perfectly with the top left corner of the second smaller rectangle. Change the number 2 to number 3. Adjust the color of third shape to Intense Effects Brown Accent 4. Replace the title text for the third shape to Lungs and maintain the color scheme. Replace the descriptive points as well. Select both text boxes of the third shape, and from the Format Shape pane, set the fill to No Fill. Now, copy the shape one last time to create the fourth shape. Align it on top of the third shape. Reduce its size by dragging the right side to align it properly with the other shapes. Adjust the bottom right corner of the fourth smaller rectangle to align perfectly with the top left corner of the third smaller rectangle. Change the number 3 to number 4. Adjust the text box size. Next, replace the text for the fourth vital organ, which will be the kidney, while maintaining the same text color format. For the fourth shape, choose the color from Shape Styles and set to Intense Effects Brown Accents 4. Select the text boxes for the fourth shape and click No Fill in the Format Shape pane. Next, click on the first shape at the bottom level, right-click and select Bring to Front to ensure the shape is visible. Go to the Insert tab. Click on Icons. And in the search bar, type Brain, as it corresponds to the first shape title. You will have multiple brain icons to choose from. Select the one you prefer and click Insert. Now that the brain shape is available, we can customize it according to our preferences. First, select the graphic, and under the Graphics Format tab, click on Convert to Shape. This will allow you to adjust the shape as needed. Once converted, adjust the size of the text box for a clean fit. You can manually adjust the brain shape to align it with the other shapes. However, for precise alignment and consistency, select the brain shape, go to the Size section, and set the height and width to 2.5. This ensures the shape aligns perfectly and maintains a polished look. Next, click on Shape Fill. Select Gradient. And then choose More Gradients. In the Format Shape pane on the right, select Gradient Fill. Change the first gradient stop color to white, keeping the second stop as the default color. For the last stop, select Orange Darker 50%. And for the third stop, adjust the position to 76% and set the color to orange. Now, the gradient fill is applied. Click on Shape Effects. Under Shadow, choose Offset Right. Then click on 3D Format and select Top Bevel, choosing Devote. In the Shadow section, select the blur and set it to 15 points. Set the distance to 8 points. Next, copy the brain shape by pressing Ctrl+C, then paste it by pressing Ctrl+V. Reduce its size in the Size section to 0.5 for both height and width, and place it exactly inside the small rectangle shape attached to the large rectangle shape. Ensure it aligns properly by following the red dotted guidelines. Since the brain shapes are newly added, they need to be grouped with the existing shapes. Right-click and select Group, then click Group again to group them together. This ensures that when you move the shape, all the elements will move along with it. Next, right-click on the entire shape and select Center Back to layer it correctly. Then, select the second shape. Right-click and choose Bring to Front. Now, go to the Insert tab and click on Icons. This time, search for Heart, which is our second shape title. Select the heart icon you prefer and click Insert. Adjust the size to 2.5 for both height and width. Next, apply a gradient fill. The first gradient stop should be white. The second stop remains the default color, and the last stop should be gold darker 50%. For the third stop, select orange. In the Shape Effects section, under 3D Format, click Top Bevel and select Devote. Under Shadow, choose Offset Right. And set the blur to 15 points. And the distance to 8 points. Now, duplicate the heart shape by pressing Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. Reduce its size to 0.5 for both height and width. And place it exactly inside the small shape attached to the second shape. Since the heart shapes are newly added, select both shapes along with the large rectangle shape. Right-click, choose Group, and then click Group again to combine them. This ensures that when you move the shape, all the elements will stay together, maintaining their alignment and structure. Once aligned, right-click, and send the heart shape backward. Select the third shape, right-click, and choose Bring to Front. Go to Insert, then Icons again, and search for the third shape title, Lungs. Choose the icon for the lungs, and click Insert. Adjust its size to 2.5 for both height and width. Apply the gradient fill as before. The first gradient stop is white, the middle stop remains the default color, and the last, fourth, stop should be gold darker 50%. For the third stop, select orange. In Shape Effects, under 3D Format, select Top Bevel and choose Devote. In the Shadow section, choose Offset Right, set the blur to 15 points, and adjust the distance to 8 points. Make sure the text box and shape are properly aligned. Then, duplicate the lungs shape. Reduce its size to 0.5 for both height and width. And place it exactly inside the small shape attached to the third shape. Follow the red dotted guidelines to ensure proper alignment. Right-click and group the shapes together. And send the shape to backward. We'll now proceed to insert the final icon. Go to the Insert tab. Click on Icons, and search for Kidney in the icon search box. Select the appropriate shape. And insert it. Adjust the size to 2.5 for both height and width. Once done, apply the gradient fill by setting the first stop to white, the second stop to default, the fourth stop to gold background 2, darker 50%, and the third stop to orange. In the Shape Effects section, choose the Bevel option and select Devote. Under the Shadow settings, choose Offset Right, adjust the blur to 15 points, and the distance to 8 points. Now, duplicate the kidney shape. Reduce its size to 0.5 for both height and width. And place it in the small rectangle shape, ensuring it aligns perfectly with the guidelines. Select both kidney shapes along with large rectangle shape, then right-click and group them together. With all shapes in place, hit Ctrl+A to select all elements and move them to the left edge of the slide. Be sure to check that none of the shapes extend beyond the slide space by following the red dotted guidelines to ensure a clean layout. Next, insert a text box for the main title and draw it on the slide. Paste the copied text from Notes into the box. Select the first line of text. And then change the text color to dark red lighter 40%. In the font group, change the font to Brush Script MT. For the secondary text, highlight it and change the font to Dagger Square. Adjust the text size to approximately 60. In the Shape Format tab, set the secondary text fill color to white. Then go to Text Options and select Text Effects. And apply a shadow with Offset Right. Change the blur to 15 points and the distance to 8 points. If needed, adjust the text box size under Shape Format to 5 height and 5.5 width. Now that the content is in place, let's move on to animations. Start by selecting the first shape, the brain shape, then go to the Animations tab. Click on Add Animation and select Line from the Motion Path options. In Effect Options, choose from down to right for the desired motion. Next, select the text box with the title and go to the animation drop-down. Choose Grow or Shrink as the emphasis effect. Open the animation pane to view the two animations, one for the brain shape and one for the text box. Select the text box animation and set it to start with previous. Again, right-click on text box animation and select Effect Options. Click on Size drop-down. And in Custom, change the size to 70%. And make sure both option is ticked. Then click OK. For the text box, we're adding two animations. Select the text box again. Go to Add Animation. And under Motion Paths, select Line. And in Effect Options, choose Right. In Animation Pan, set the newly added text box animation to start with previous as well. Now, for the final setup, we will adjust the motion path for all shapes and the text boxes. Click on the red arrow next to the text box, hold the red dot, and drag it to adjust the path. Follow the red dotted guidelines for both vertical and horizontal alignment to ensure the motion ends precisely where the text box aligns perfectly. For the first shape with the motion path animation applied, select the red arrow, then hold and drag the red dot to refine the path. Align the motion precisely by following the red dotted guidelines for both vertical and horizontal placement, ensuring a seamless and professional animation. Next, select the second shape, the heart shape. Then, click on Add Animation and select Line. In Effect Options, choose from down to right for the desired motion. Next, select the red arrow of the second shape motion path. Hold and drag the red dot to refine the path, ensuring the spacing is consistent with the animation path of the first shape. Next, select the third shape, the lungs shape. Then, click on Add Animation and select Line. In Effect Options, choose from down to right for the desired motion. Next, select the red arrow of the third shape motion path. Hold and drag the red dot to refine the path, ensuring the spacing is consistent with the animation path of the second shape. Next, select the fourth shape, click on Add Animation, and select Line. In Effect Options, choose from down to right for the desired motion. Next, select the red arrow of the fourth shape motion path and hold and drag the red dot to refine the path, ensuring the spacing is consistent with the animation path of the third shape. Finally, preview the slide in full screen mode to experience the engaging flow of motion path animations combined with gradient colors and beveled effects applied to the icons. The smooth transitions draw attention to each element, while the subtle shading and dimension in the icons enhance the overall aesthetic. You can apply the frosted glass effect to further refine the slide's modern design. For this, go to Variants drop-down and in Effects, select Frosted Glass. Preview it again in full screen mode to observe how the frosted transparency interacts with the gradient-filled icons and their beveled edges. The combination of sleek glass-like visuals and dimensional icons gives the slide a polished, high-quality look that enhances focus on the key content while maintaining an elegant balance. Also, with a single click, switch to the warm blue theme color to unify the slide's overall color palette and create a vibrant yet cohesive presentation. Preview the slide in full screen mode to appreciate how the rich blue tones complement the gradient-filled icons, their shading, and beveled effects. The interplay of these design elements adds depth and sophistication, ensuring the presentation is not only visually appealing but also harmoniously styled. That's it for today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this detailed walkthrough. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Your support means the world to me and keeps me motivated to create more engaging content. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.